When we get to unbounded intervals, now we're dealing with just one letter. And it goes forever in a certain direction, either forever to the right, to positive land, positive infinity, or forever to the left, to negative land, to negative infinity. And when we write the interval notation, we want to write it as we read the graph left to right. So if we're starting at 3 and going to positive infinity, 3 comes first on the left, and then it goes to positive infinity on the right. So we'd write the positive infinity on the right-hand side. If we're starting at negative infinity and we come up and stop at 3, 3 stops on the right-hand side and negative infinity is on the left, so we're going to write negative infinity on the left. So as we see here in our examples, x greater than or equal to a. The greater than or equal to means I'm going to use a bracket on a because it can be a. And I got to think about it almost like in my head like a line graph where I've got it there on the right, starts at a and goes up positive. So I'm going to go a with an open bracket a because it can be. And then it goes to positive infinity and I close it with a parenthesis. X greater than a, now I don't have a bracket, I have a parenthesis because it can't touch a. And it goes to positive infinity. And then we got the less thans. X less than or equal to b. The b gets the bracket, but it's on the right side this time because less than b is towards negative and negative infinity. So we start way out there to the left and we bring it back to the stop at b. Okay, same thing with x less than b. It's like b gets a parenthesis this time. This last one down here doesn't have an inequality, but we do have an interval notation. Start at negative infinity, go all the way to positive infinity. So that's every number that exists. So what we call that is all real numbers. I like to symbolize it by AR pound or AR hashtag. That's the number symbol. So all real numbers. And we got some good information down here at the bottom. The symbols infinity and negative infinity are used to represent the unboundedness of intervals such as start at 7 and go to positive infinity, or all numbers greater than or equal to 7. Or all numbers less than or equal to 7. Start at negative infinity, come up to 7. Because these symbols do not represent real numbers, the infinity things, you can't really touch infinity. You think you get there and then there's more because it's infinite. It doesn't stop. So you'll never be able to touch it. And since you can't be infinity, infinity or negative infinity always get a parenthesis. Okay, that's a very important thing. Always get a parenthesis. Okay. So let's look at some examples. Write each in interval notation. All right, so for A, negative 2 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 3. The x is my comma. The starting point is the negative 2. And it's got a equal sign, so I use a straight line bracket. And it goes to 3, and it can be equal to 3, so if it's equal sign, straight line bracket. Those ones aren't too bad. It's got a start, it's got a finish. It's really easy to replace the A and the B and figure out if it's bracket or parenthesis. But things like B are a little different. X is greater than negative 1. I'm going to draw a little picture of that first, just to show you what I'm thinking in my mind. If I was at negative 1 and x is greater than, so I'm not touching negative 1, but I'm going bigger out here towards positive infinity. Okay, so if I look at those left and right, it's negative 1 on the left, positive infinity. I can't touch infinity, so it's a parenthesis. Can I touch the 1? Well, hello. Can I touch the 1? No, I can't, because it's a circle. There's no equal sign, so I'm going to use a curved line this time. C is the same thing as A and B. It's just a picture form already. It tells me that I start at negative 3, and I go to 4. It's colored in so I can touch 3. I'm equal to 3, so equal sign, straight line, bracket. And 4 I cannot touch. I've already got 2 little parentheses stuck together to make a circle, so I'm just going to use half of that, make a parenthesis. Can't touch 4, but goes to 4. D, way over here, is negative infinity. Negative infinity is on my left, 3 is on my right, so negative infinity. And 3, I can be 3, equal sign, straight line. And I can't touch infinity, so it always gets a parenthesis. All right, if you like, pause the video, give 1 and 2 and 3 of this monitoring progress a try, and then we'll go through those. Okay, so hopefully you've got some answers to compare. These are not worked out in your book, so you can't see the answers ahead of time, but I've got 2 numbers there. X is in the middle, X is my comma. Starts at -7, goes to -4. I am just less than, I'm not equal to, so I can't be -7. I'm greater than, sorry. And then I'm less than -4, but can't be it, so also a parenthesis. All right, X is less than or equal to 5. Things that are less than 5 are 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2. I'm going towards negative infinity. So I'm going to start at negative infinity. And I'm going to come up to 5. Can't touch negative infinity. But straight line, equal sign, that means I do a bracket around 5. If I can make straight lines, there we go. Because I can be 5. Here I'm going towards positive infinity on number 3. I've got -2 is where I start. I'm going to positive infinity. Can't touch the infinities. That's a parenthesis. I can be -2. It's colored in, so I give it the bracket. If it equals sign, straight line. And that is interval notation.